Hey guys, it's Wanda, and I thought today we would take a tour around Deep South Homestead. We're going to start here at the front, work our way around, and take a complete tour, if I can remember everywhere to take you guys. We've had many people that can't visit because of circumstances, theirs or ours, and you know, sometimes it's just fun to tour and see things that we don't normally show on camera. We're in transition here, it's fall. And so some things have moved out. We've taken crops out. We've added new. Some things are just popping the ground. Some things haven't even come up yet. So we're going to just walk around and see a few of the things here at Deep South Homestead. Here on the sidewalk we have our huckleberry bushes that I come out and pick so I don't have to go into the woods. We transplanted them about 5 or 6 years ago, and I get an abundance of huckleberries that last me throughout the year. And we have our fat pine laddered as a hanger, like a entrance way here, and it just creates a nice look. Of course the lantana does need pulling back some. Before I go too far, Donovan and Lucy think that I need their attention because they've been hollering at me. So these are two of our babies that we have separated out from the mamas. Hey Lucy, hey Donovan. So right now they're in the front field. This is the pond that we built last year, and it has catfish and brim in it. The catfish are amazing. These two little ones are doing really good. They've been away from mama for about 3 months now. These two seem to kind of hang together, do really well in this front field. This area was where we had some watermelons and stuff. We have the blackberries planted through here. Most of my lemongrass, I lost a lot of it this year on this side. We probably will transplant some more next year, but this was the first year I've not had lemongrass all down this side. Danny's cleaning all this up, and we're going to redo this into something else. His razzmatazz is back there, and a lot of people asked about the razzmatazz grape. A limb hit it and kind of broke part of it, so we're fixing to transplant it also. This is our front garden all across here. We've already harvested all the sweet potatoes, and Danny's done got this. He's adding compost and stuff back and turning it in. The okra is the Star of David okra. He's letting some go to seed, and then we will take these down. The wind from Hurricane Ida kind of laid them over, but they still produced. We've taken everything up here and turned it back in. We're fixing to take up the black ground cover and all the fencing, plow all this and redo for the fall, and he's going to put broadleaf mustard in this whole area as a cover crop. The lemongrass on this side is doing okay, but I transplanted every bit of this year, broke it up and put little small pieces. So I'm hoping when he gets through disking, I'm going to pull more dirt up to him for the winter, cut everything off, and hopefully it'll overwinter. So far we've had it overwinter every year until this past year. So that's one of my goals this year, is to keep the lemongrass growing. The peas are still producing. This is all the peas we had once the deer came in. This is it. They left these few, and I've been getting quite a few Dixie Lee peas off of them. In the far down here, we have an apple tree there, and it is doing good. It's really put on quite a few new limbs this year. And this is our entranceway coming in. Danny put gray rocks on the road to get down, to kind of keep down the dust. We were having so much dust during the dry seasons. The whole front yard slopes down. It's hard to tell, but I'm standing in our drive, and you see how the greenhouse is down. It's probably, if I were level, I would be top of the door of the greenhouse down there. That's how much of a drop we have between here and there. And in this area coming across here is a hugelkultur bed. It's hard to tell it here, but it's a big mound, and we planted fruit trees behind it. You can see the peach trees and stuff and the banana tree that's planted behind the hugel bed. This is our new fencing that we put up in the front with the pond that I showed you a few minutes ago in there, and the lane that the cows are in. We have lanes all around for the cows. The deer were jumping this fence, jumping into the lane for the cows, jumping into the front and eating stuff until we got them stopped. This is the fencing from the other direction. The new mailbox, all the woods, Danny cleaned these out over the last few years and turned it into pasture for the cows. Then again, the gates, the fencing, everything we've done in the last 3 years to create this. The cows can go all the way around behind the property and come into this property, or we can open this gate and bring them across. We have it where they will open up, close this road off and close the other side off, and the cows can just come across. Our road coming in, going to the cabin here, and here is all under the trees that we've cleared out for the cows. Danny will plant grass and stuff in there. They've been eating down the junk, we call it the weeds, and then he'll replant winter grass. And this is the back of the hugel bed. Now, the road is up there. I'm almost head high with the road from where I'm standing when it comes through here, because if I go down right here, you can't even see the road. So that tells you it's not flat. We're definitely on a hill. And on this hugel bed, we have on the back side where the water comes down and seeps into it, the back side is all planted fruit trees. So we have a variety of, I don't know, between banana, peaches, apricots, I think we have apple. This is our blueberry orchard. There are 50 blueberry trees here. About 3 or 4 different varieties. The majority of them are premiers. We have a few Alapahas, and we added a tiff blue, I think, and a pink lady in here. So we've got a few additives in here, but the most of them are premiers and the Alapahas. Here we have 2 greenhouses. Danny's has a black shade cloth, mine has a white. Danny has fruit trees in it. We're going to take a brief tour of both of them. Mine has veggies. We have 2 raised beds, well, 3 raised beds here, and an apple tree in the middle. This raised bed has the old-fashioned multiplying onions. Everybody wants some of these. The Hurricane Ida kind of killed a lot of them back. It broke a lot off, and I replanted, and they're coming up like crazy. So maybe they will multiply, and we will have some for people that are wanting them. This bed may not look like much, but guys, we have carrots. One of Deep South's favorite things to grow is carrots. And so this bed is finally, they're coming up. Danny planted them a week ago, week and a half. So we have our carrots up. This bed we will be working on next month in November. This is our strawberry bed. We planted only about a couple of dozen plants down here. They've all grown, made babies all the way down. This part of the bed will clear out. We'll take all of these out, replant, and space them out and give them some room to grow. And they have been producing berries. Because you see this? Something got it, but look at this. Something ate part of that one. And they were working on this one. Isn't that crazy? This is October, and we're getting some strawberries on occasion. Kind of unheard of here. We usually only get them in the spring and first of the summer. All right, this is Danny's greenhouse, and we're just going to take a brief look in, but there's a few things I did want to show you in here. Mainly he has trees, and the Malabar spinach is going wacky. Look at it, it's amazing. But this is our cherry tree. Look at this. It is blooming in October. It's amazing. We got a couple of cherries off of it about a month ago, and it's blooming. There's blooms all over this cherry tree. His pepper plants are going crazy. They're still producing. We're getting peppers. These are 2-year-old pepper trees. We had them last year, all winter, and hey, they're still producing. All I can say with the Freedom blackberries is, oh my. They produce 3 times. They're taking over the greenhouse. Y'all, they're blooming. Fixing to have a 4th harvest of Freedom blackberries. He's got his peach trees, and he's got apple trees, all kinds of stuff. We've got a key lime here. Grow Family Network brought this to us, and I want y'all to look. Look under here. They're turning. This thing is just loaded. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Thank you, Grow Family. It is awesome. The bananas, oh my. They're just taking over down here. No bananas yet, but look, these are the little dwarf bananas that a subscriber sent us, and they are amazing. We've got strawberries inside the high tunnel here, and these 2 will be taken up and redone in November, but healthy, beautiful. More of Danny's pepper trees. The cosmos is doing fine. All these are doing really good. Look at this. The little kumquats, they're fixing to start changing color. Here Danny planted potatoes. Look at the potatoes, y'all. He's got a variety of potatoes he planted in here, and they're doing really good. I mean, look at this. Healthy, nice looking potatoes. We're just seeing if we can grow potatoes in October, November, and December, guys. That's one of our things. Over here, he planted onion seeds, and look at this. So far, I see one little onion popping, maybe a couple in another place, but this is where he planted his onion seeds. So this is Danny's tree tunnel, I guess you would say. Here, let's go see mine. I forgot, look, raspberries, blooming raspberries in October. Isn't that amazing? And I guess I forgot this side too. The asparagus, I took it all down. It's coming back out. You see here, asparagus down here. Danny's garlic is coming back up. We've got several through here that's popped up. I've got lettuce in here. We're going to see how that works in here this time. And on this side, he put, I think this is collard plants. Look at this. These leaves are beautiful. Something ate this one off, but it's coming back. And something's eating on some of them. But for the most part, the collards are looking amazing. Collards is one of those things that you want to wait till the first frost and then harvest. The leaves taste better. In between the 2 greenhouses, we have a fig tree. Look at this. Danny and I have been coming out here sneaking figs. It's fixing, all the leaves are turning, fixing to fall off, but we've got a second harvest of figs on this tree. The other tree by the chicken pen did not do this, but this one did. Now, let's go in here. I have downed a lot in here and fixing to down a lot more. So mine is looking more vacant. I moved 2 of my green stalks in here. This one has strawberries, and the top tier has potatoes. I decided to do potatoes again. Then we have the turmeric. We have peas that are fixing to come out. Here I took all the Cherokee tans out, and I'm flipping the dirt. We're fixing to put English peas or green peas in here. Here, one of my peppercorns. I've been moving peppercorns around. Flowers everywhere. Another peppercorn here. And we'll look at the others down the road. This is a Trellatier's beans. Guys, these things have made for the second time. They're hanging with beans. And I'm going to come out here and finish. I've harvested a lot of them, but I'm waiting on these to turn. Then I'm taking all of this down. And all of that. But Danny's going to help me. We're going to take all this down. All these Trellatier's will come down, but it provided beans twice, which was amazing. I have wild lettuce, onion chives. My mums are starting. They're blooming. It's amazing. We have two cucumber plants going up. So far, no cukes. They have not pollinated, so we'll see. Not sure if they'll do this late in the year. I've got a little bit of ginger in the back, more flowers. All these peas were black-eyed peas. Been harvesting some of those. Even got a bloom or two still. We're going to leave them for a little while, then we'll be taking these out. Red rippers. Look at this. This is the longest peas I've ever seen. And they're just hanging in here everywhere. Simply amazing. And I'm going to show you Danny's red rippers. They're blooming here. He has some over at the cabin that he planted that he wants to do for seed, for sale. But I have other peas in here, so I can't sell these seeds. These will simply get eaten. But again, isn't this amazing? They're beautiful. Like I said, the black-eyed peas will come out. I planted some Egyptian walking onions in here. I've got a little corner stash of aloes, my Confederate rose, some flowers, some onions, all of it in here in this corner. This is one of my peppercorn plants. This one is going crazy. It is beautiful. It's got little pod-looking things all over it. I think it's looking really great. I've tied some string because I want it to go up. This one is already going up. Got it on the string, trying to get it to do what I want it to do. And again, look at the little peppercorn pods. Not sure yet what else going on, but I'm hoping it's going to do really well. The lantana, I'm leaving because it always does great. Another GreenStalk, and the top is potatoes and some of my plants that I already had in there, my flowers. I just left them. They're doing really good. Danny planted rutabagas in here. And y'all, we have little rutabagas coming up. Amazing. A tea tree. Another flower. More onions. Okra. We've been harvesting Star of David okra out of here for a while, just to see how well it does, and it's done really great. And this is the pink-eyed purple hull peas. These are coming out, and we will transition maybe Danny's onions over in here, some broccoli, something like that, for the fall. When Danny was cleaning this property, he found lots and lots of lightard, and we just kind of pile it up and use it as needed. But this was virgin land that hadn't been lived on in a long time, so when Hurricane Camille came through, a lot of the big trees blew down and they just piled them up and let them stay. And this is the heart pine out of it that can be used to start a fire. Danny has a wood splitter that he uses to get ready for the winter. This is one of the stacks of wood that he's got going on, and this is the other one. He's got this whole shed full from front to back of wood. We shouldn't need wood for the winter. And in the back we have the she shed over here. We have the chicken house down here. We have our fig trees, our pear trees, our muscadines. This is a mimosa cosmos. They're beautiful this time of year. Grandpa's fig, pecan trees here, mulberries, and this one right here is a flowering crabapple. We have mulberries on each side of the pond. And this pond we built a big pier on to just sit and relax and fish off of. And this one has brim and bass in it. Quite a difference from last year when it was a huge mud puddle, right? have a fruit orchard that we started this past year that is coming into the cabin. We have our hay, some of it, behind there. The hay serves a dual purpose because we do have water drainage from coming down the hill. It does divert the water there and keeps it from washing our road out. In the background we have our third high tunnel that Danny's working on, trying to get it ready so that we can use it in the next month. And our sugarcane patch. We're going to be replanting the sugarcane in the next couple of weeks and should have an update video on sugarcane shortly. And these are Danny's red rippers. Look at this, they're already putting on runners. I think they're blooming in spots. He's been using the Cub tractor, keeping the grass out of it. He's pulling anything up that's next to the plant. And you kind of proud of your peas?
I tell you what, we have baby peas on it here.
Do we?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just kind of going through it, you know, keeping, that's just a piece of corn and a couple of pieces of grass there, but we got small peas here. They're blooming.
They're going to catch mine in the greenhouse, and they've been in there a month.
Yeah, these, you know, you have to always be vigilant walking around out here. We have these leaf cutters come in here and do this, and they roll that leaf up, and they lay an egg underneath it there, a little worm. I try to walk through and make sure I get them out of here. But guys, I mean, the Cub has done a fantastic job. We got some cool weather moving in this weekend. I'm hoping it don't get too cool on them because peas like hot weather. But at the moment, I can't complain. Look at this pea patch. If this was to make peas like it's supposed to, there would be more peas there than Wanda and I would even know what to do with. I mean, we actually planted them because of our subscribers and hoping we might get some dried peas off of them. But it all depends on how cool this weather gets. If it gets too cool, they may not dry, you know.
And the bone sauce so far.
So far, Billy's bone sauce, you see the rags hanging around the thing. Guys, under normal conditions, let me say that. Okay, here we are. This is our little culprit right here. It's been laying those eggs for them little leaf cutter things. So he's out of the picture right now. But under normal circumstances, this time of the year with as many acorns as we have on the ground right now, this wouldn't happen. The deer would have done eat them all down. They would come in here when they was eating the acorns and come to the peas. Well, you saw in the video we originally did. The deer came in here for the acorns and walked in here and they ate some of them and we put the bone sauce out after that. I've not seen a rabbit. I've not seen a coon. I've not seen a possum. I've not seen a fox. I've not seen a deer. The only drawback to this is I like to shoot deer in the wintertime and there may not be no deer this year. Okay guys, we're out here now. We've dug up all of our sweet potatoes. They're all gone now. And we planted some Siberian dwarf kale down here. We've done it in 2 stages. We planted this down here first, and then I planted this here yesterday. That's a little ahead of this. We've done it on purpose. It's by design. And then guys, I have a clearing right here. That's a surprise. I'm not going to tell anybody what it is until we actually make this one happen. But this clearing will not be planted right now. Over here, y'all keep hearing me talk about we have 4 pepper plants that provide Wanda and I with more peppers than we know what to do with. Yesterday, I picked a 2-gallon bucket of peppers rounded up off of these plants. And I'm telling you, I didn't even touch them. I mean, look at this. This is the yellow Marconi. We're saving a few seeds off of them. I mean, they are literally loaded with peppers. We do this once a week. We pick a 2-gallon pail of peppers off of these 4 plants. That has filled our freezers. We eat off of it all the time. We've freeze dried them, done all kinds of stuff with them, and still have plenty. Now this is one of my experiments here for the fall this year. This is the Purple Majesty potatoes. I took all the dirt out of this pot except a very few at the bottom, a little bit. I put the potatoes down there. As they come up and put new green on, I covered them up. I kept doing that till they got all the way to the top because I believe, I haven't done any research yet, but based on what I dug up last year and seen happen, in between every one of these leaf nodes right here, it will make a potato. So I'm trying to see if these are indeterminates. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pots of them here to experiment with. I also have a sweet potato on the very end. I've never done sweet potatoes in containers outside. I've done them in the high tunnel. I've never done them outside. We're going to see just what we get out of this. Now, we're not at 125 days yet on this. We're a little bit shy of that. But when we get past 125 days, we're going to dig this baby up and see what happens. Oh, girl, what are y'all doing? I don't have any sweet potatoes today. I don't have any, sweetie.
Look at Miss Betty.
Look at Miss Betty back there. Miss Betty has grown so well. Miss Daisy's coming up here. Guys, I don't have any sweet potatoes. Y'all just want some cool weather to come. I know what you want. Yeah, y'all just want some cool weather.
Miss Dolly in the background. Mr. Dexter hiding behind a tree.
Yep, Minnie coming up out of the
Minnie.
woods down yonder. She's been in the creek down there.
And this is another field that you have for the cows. The one in the background is for the cows.
Yep. Miss Candy is in the barn, evidently.
You want to explain why Candy's in the barn?
Candy is fixing to have a calf in the next few days. And when she knows I'm at that barn, she stays in the barn. And I was just up there. And she will stay in there. And every so often she'll give a little moo. And I'll open the door and she'll be sitting there with them big old eyes looking at me saying, I want another scoop of feed to eat. And you know me, I give her another little snack to eat. And
she's our baby. Dolly over there is her mama.
Yep.
Dolly was our first female cow we got.
Yep.
Candy's her baby. Candy's our first baby to have a baby.
Yes, she is. And guys, oh, it's beautiful. The leaves are falling today. The wind's blowing.
It's amazing.
Look at the leaves just falling. I mean, they're all coming out of these trees.
And this is the back of the pond. This is our pond dam. Danny's got some rocks down there. And this area down in there is a branch. So the back of the pond is feeding the branch. So the cows, hey, Miss Minnie.
Minnie, what are you doing, sweetie? Huh?
So that we have water in the branch for the cows, right?
Yep, that's to water the cows with. Well, guys, these are the wild persimmon trees sitting here. Normally, this would not happen where you see orange persimmons on the tree everywhere. The coons and the possums would have ate them all, but the bone sauce from Mr. Billy has kept all the coons and possums away. And I mean, look at this. They're all over.
Down low.
Down low like this. This has never happened.
No.
Never. And guys, what you see behind me here is another clearing here. Next year, if nothing happens, this will become another project here at Deep South Homestead. Now, we're not going to say what it is, but we're going to let it be a surprise. Oh, well, guys, I come over here periodically. I open the door up on this thing just to smell it. I mean, it smells so good. I mean, you could almost...
This is the epic smokehouse.
Smokehouse. I mean, this thing is just, oh, man. It's
We got projects coming up with this shortly too, within a couple of months when it cools off.
As soon as it cools off, we got some big projects coming up with this thing right here, and we'll be showing this. This is my pride and joy right here. I mean, if I have anything I'm proud of, it's this.
This is my pride and joy right here.
Yes.
Danny built this for us to come and relax, and it is an off-grid cabin. And we are really taking advantage of it here lately, coming over. And we'll do some videos this winter, hopefully showing you some of the things. But we're going to show you a couple of the projects that we're working on with the cabin right quick.
Okay, guys. We're redoing our cabin on the outside. This side over here was done with CWF. Do not use that on wood. That is the worst mess we've ever come across in our life. They changed the formula in it. I used it years ago in construction and it done fine, but the new is absolutely no good. This is a new that we're putting on here. This is the new look. Ms. Wanda calls it her candy corn cabin. I picked a color. She was a little hesitant about it.
It looks like a pumpkin.
It looked like a pumpkin, but I told her, I said, you wanted a candy corn cabin, so I'm going to make the outside of it that color.
It's actually beautiful.
It really is. It's pretty when you get it at the right angle.
And he likes one more coat on this. This is not the final coat.
Right. This is 2 coats on it right now. And this is it's a semi-transparent latex stain paint is what it is. And we're going to try it and see how it works out. Of course, you see the back wall of the cabin, what it looks like? That looks horrible to us. I mean, we do not like that, so we're going to be redoing the whole cabin on the outside. All right, this wall I have done in front of you there. We moved our Living the Dream sign and put it on that particular wall. And now we've got to do the walls to the left. I have them bleached and cleaned. And the walls to the left here of the door around is ready to be paint stained on them. All the way around to the wood box here. And we will have everything on this side of the cabin up under here done. Well guys, here we are back inside the cabin. This is fixing to become a huge project here. We have a shipment of stone actually arriving today, supposed to be. We're going to be stoning this whole fireplace area here, all the way up to where we meet the other wood on the ceiling up there. And that is a project Wanda and I have been waiting on now for 2 years to get completed.
All right, so we're kind of giving you just a brief look inside the cabin, but we'll do more of a cabin tour later. But the table is a farmhouse table Danny built out of pecan. The countertops are out of pecan. Of course, this is where we sit and just enjoy. He did finish the staircase, got the rails and everything. So we'll be showing some of that. What is the doors out of?
Everything's out
Pine.
of white pine.
We've gotten all the bottom cabinets sealed. The floor is done. I've got to finish sealing the top cabinets and putting handles on, and we'll be through with the kitchen. We
have the faux leather up at the top up here, fastened off, because in the summertime, it kind of helps us to control the temperature in here. But the wintertime, it's a definite plus because it doesn't allow the heat to escape up into the loft area up there when we have the fireplace going.
And what is the rail there?
The rail is it's handcrafted. It's made out of sassafras. This is our new blower system we have going in our fireplace here. It's heat activated. We built our fire on it. And to the right of it, right here, there's a little tube that hooks up right here and runs outside, right out on, sits on the hearth here. And there's a plug-in over there. We'll plug in a little small, tiny little fan on that. And then when the fan blows, it generates that heat that comes out of this, generates and blows out of these tubes. It's like central heating here in our cabin. Guys, the little motor pulls out no more than a computer fan. So, I mean, it's very low voltage.
And we're going to be hooking it to another
Blue Eddy
power station. This is the tub that Danny refinished. We have it in here. And the curtains hung up. And the bathroom. There is a video showing the bathroom tour. It is finished. And this is our junk closet right now, but it will be a pantry eventually. It houses our Blue Eddy stations and all in here. And this will turn into a pantry when Danny gets all of his stuff out of here, right?
Yeah, once I get everything completed here at the cabin, all these tools and all that kind of stuff will go away.
All right, this is the first view of the boards in the bedroom. Danny started this wall a few days ago, and he's up to right at the doorway. The rest of the bedroom is not done. There is a build on the bed we did where Danny used 2 different types of wood.
Sassafras and American holly.
And he built the whole bed. So we do have a playlist on building a bed here at Deep South Homestead. And the ceiling is an open cathedral ceiling with beams painted to match the other trim. And we do have some spots where he's got to finish the side walls. That is a brief cabin tour. This is the back of the cabin where we go in. Got it all set up here. We have wood for the winter. We have 2 racks. And coming around behind the smokehouse, all this is fruit trees.
Fat and lazy. Look at you. Just big old fat lazy boys. Look how big y'all are.
And this is this and that. This and that.
Look at you boys.
Y'all want food, don't you?
They shouldn't want anything as much as they eat.
I think y'all got plenty already. We've been feeding y'all all day.
Yeah.
Y'all were asleep. Tells me y'all were fat and full.
Yeah. This big old fat, look at you. All you want to do is run and play. You got too much energy, you get too much spunk. One thing else we have on our property here, we have put a lane all the way around our property against the outsides of it. Now our cows can go all the way around our whole entire property. They can literally surround the whole property. And they can go through the woods, they can clean up the woods here, they can eat all the browse on all the trees and stuff like this. And I tell you what, they're doing a really good job at cleaning stuff up. I mean, man, they're cleaning it up.
This is my rose garden. I haven't shown a lot of it, but it has been blooming and doing great. All kinds of roses in here, all different colors. But y'all see it's growing, producing, and doing great here in front of the pond. And we can see it from the cabin, we can see it from the pier, and we can see it from the back of the house and from the she shed.
Okay guys, we have an array of trees we've planted around here, a lot of nut trees, because we realize we're getting older and we may not be able to work out here in these gardens for a long period of time. We're going to have the high tunnels, so we've planted them all around strategically. This is fruit trees right through here. This is pear trees from a gift from a subscriber that actually gave them to us, and they have turned out to be pretty good. Then we have our pomegranate in the background, more nut trees down yonder, and then way in the back yonder you see banana trees, you see catalpa trees, the peach trees. There's just a different, array of trees everywhere. We're trying to implement as much permaculture as we can so that when we get to the age where we cannot get out and do anything, we can look back over our place and we can enjoy the fruits of our labor.
I do have an herb garden, and it's just outside of my door here at the back door. In it I have such a wide variety of stuff. Anything from passion fruit, we have strawberries, we have ginger, pineapple sage, shrimp plant, rosemary, oregano, all kinds of stuff planted in here. And the tree is, this one is a Moringa. This one was a Satsuma tree. It was in the back. It was produced a couple of hundred Satsumas a year. A freeze got it about 5 years ago. I dug up the root that came out, so this is root stock. It hasn't ever bloomed and made anything, but we will see. Alright guys, it's pretty hot outside, so I was going to give you a quick shot of a few things in our house. I don't usually show a lot in the house, but this is one of the rooms that was our studio room that we turned into just a simple room where we can sit and relax. We put camo in here. We have a fake fireplace. This is not real. This was a mantle that Danny found in an old house many years ago. So we refurbished it and added a few of our things, and we can sit here and look out the windows. And Danny has a ladder sitting in the way right now, but look at the view. We can see the back deck. We can see the pond, the cabins in the background, the greenhouses. We can sit here and enjoy on cool winter nights. We think it's just awesome. That was the original intent of this room, and we had it as a studio room for a while, but now we finally have it as our just chill room. This is Danny's workstation, pretty much. He's here, he's cracking pecans, he's looking at things on the internet. All his little cub books and his different books are here that he enjoys. We have a library here of magazines, medical, herb books of all kinds, and his Foxfire books. On this side is more magazines, different homesteading books of all varieties. We just have a variety of them that we can pick up at a moment's notice. These are our favorites here on this side. This also has plenty of my herb books, my medical books, Bibles, my essential oils. This is my essential oil station. And the central part of our room here is the wood heater. We like having this in the wintertime. We totally refurbished this whole room. If you go back and watch the videos of Danny putting this wood heater in, changing this whole back wall, everything. This is a total redo from when I first came here 8 years ago. And something you don't see very often is my kitchen in a total mess, but this is the kitchen. It is after lunch. I've been working on canning. I've got sweet potatoes ready to go in the canner. As you can see, I've got peelings here. We just had lunch. Everything's a mess, so get to know. You got to see Deep South in a weird mess today. And this is our dining room. It is also our produce room. We've got all our produce in the floor as usual. The table that Danny built. Behind it is the Hoosier cabinet. And our wall. This is one wall of our canned goods, and we do have a cellar that we keep the rest of our canned goods in, but this is what we eat over the month, and then we replenish from the other. This is the back patio. We had our baby chicks in here. We just moved them into another room, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. Danny and I like to sit here in these chairs. We bought these to enjoy. We can see the cows in the back field. We can see the chickens in the background, and we can barbecue. Here we can see the pond. We can see the greenhouses and the cabin in the background. We've got it set up to be able to sit here, feel the breeze, and relax. Danny and I do have chickens. We have a variety of chickens. This is one chicken building on one side that houses 4 chickens here, and they're being kind of angsty, and they're inside. We have 3, I don't remember, golden something or other, and 1 red, Rhode Island red. I think it's a rooster that one of the hens sat on the egg. So this is their little setup in here where they have feed and water and can stay in out of the rain. Have a roosting place here that they can roost on, and here for eggs. One thing about this, it has a door here where I can get my eggs if they do what they're supposed to and lay the eggs in there. I have a door here if I'm throwing feed scraps like from food, and like if we harvest sweet potatoes, I want to throw some vines or peelings or anything, I can open this little door without having to go in this door. Inside we do have a room set up just for baby chicks. This room, although not bulletproof, but pretty much we try to keep an eye out. We have our 13 Rhode Island red hens that we had ordered that stayed in the little building that's on the she shed for nearly 3 weeks. And these guys are getting big enough. We moved them in here a couple of days ago. They have their water, their feed, and they're in a room. That way, nothing maybe can get to them till they get a little bit older. In about 2 to 3 weeks, we can open that door there, and they have their own place to go out and still be in a fenced-in area, but have some more freedom. And these are my egg layers. They're all Rhode Island Reds, except for one here that's a golden something, I don't remember. And the rooster himself is, I think he's a Rhode Island Red. So all of them are Rhode Island Red hens. These are my egg layers. And we have one mama up here laying us an egg. So we've got to come gather eggs in a few minutes. And with 13 hens and a rooster, I purchased this chicken water. It holds 13 gallons. That way I don't have to fill up every day. It's like every 3 to 4 days. They have 3 stations to get water. The top comes off so I can bring the hose in and fill it up. And I keep this over it because you see, they're literally going to get up there, and I don't want to have to take and have that on my lid every time. So that keeps my lid protected. And all these we let out and let them run around in the yard some to catch bugs and things like that. But these are my egg layers. And this is the back side where the chicken building is. There's a huge fig tree that produces 25 to 30 gallons of figs a year. This is the pear tree that won't stop. It still has pears. We still come out here and get some to eat, and we still are feeding the pigs some. This is a second pear tree that is blooming. This is a third pear tree, and it is blooming. We never get anything in the fall, but it always blooms in the fall. This is a little bit of an asparagus patch that I have here. This is our muscadine vine. Down yonder is the scuppernong, and you can see the sky's looking kind of ominous. It's beautiful. Here are some of our fruit trees, our back pasture. We have a scuppernong vine back there, mayhaws, plums, peaches, all in this area. This little area here, we had some sweet potatoes that we've dug already. An old chicken coop that we had, plus a corn crib. And Candy. We're going to see Candy. This is where Danny parks his little cub tractor for now. He keeps some of his wood, different things in this part, and then this part is for the cows. The homestead barn / shop.
What are you hollering at? Huh? That's Miss Candy.
Candy wants something to eat. And she's our mama to be any day.
Yep, she's ready.
She said, "Where's my food?" She's gonna change stalls till she knows where you're gonna put it. And she is getting big.
She's due any day now, really.
Yeah, we're just keeping an eye on her, and Danny comes out and gives her treats. About how many times a day?
Well, I don't know that we should discuss how many times a day.
But like several.
She's my baby.
She's our first baby. She's Danny's baby.
Yeah, I take care of her. She stays up here all the time hollering at me. She's just, if I stay up here working in the barn, she'll stay here away from the herd all day just because I'm right here. And
it's just because you give her sweet feed.
yeah, she knows that. She knows if she sits here and cries enough, I'll feel sorry for her, and I'll give her some feed.
And on the back of the barn is our 4th greenhouse. This was actually our first greenhouse that we built. It is out of polycarbonate panels. And you can see that the mildew and stuff and dust, we have high pollen content, has collected, and it does need cleaning right now. Danny does have a filter system where he catches rainwater up here, and it goes into a barrel system inside. And he has it all set up where when it comes in, it goes into this barrel. He can feed all the plants all the way around with these pipe that are in there and that have holes in them. So when we turn the water on the right side, it feeds all the way around. Now we've turned this into our pineapple forest, I guess you would say. And you can see this is our second pineapple for the year. The other was in Danny's greenhouse. We've done taken it out and we've eaten most of it. I freeze it and we eat pineapple when we want pineapple. You can see many pineapple plants in here. I've got a moringa here, and I've got a moringa here. This moringa has been in here for a couple of years. We have a little bitty pineapple here just starting. This one produced last year, and it put on bunches of babies, so we've got to redo and move a whole bunch of pineapples here. We have pineapples here in the floor, and this is my aloe. This thing put on babies on top of babies, and it's still got babies all under there. It's actually 2 plants now and a bunch of little ones. It actually put on a stem this past year and bloomed, which was the first time I've ever seen an aloe bloom. And with this tropical environment, these things love it. It's hot in here and humid. We also have grow lights in here if we need to start something in the winter, and we're planning on moving some of these grow lights to the other greenhouses this winter. But overall, this is our first greenhouse that we ever built on the back of the barn. There are videos on this build. It's a greenhouse on the barn or something like that. I'll try to link it in the cards, the information cards. Danny put the whole build up, beginning to end, on this greenhouse. And this room is our room that we process animals in. We have things set up for pigs and cows, chickens, rabbits, turkeys, squirrels. We can do any kind of thing like that here in this room. And Danny's workshop. On the other side from where Candy is a corral system out back. This is Donovan and Lucy, which we saw at the beginning of the video. We're going to see at the end again. They're relaxing in here out of the sun. We have a milking stanchion set up where we can milk. We hope to milk Candy in the future since she is a very easygoing animal. In the back we had a goat station where we could put the goats in there and take care of them. So guys, I hope you enjoyed a tour around Deep South Homestead. I'm standing here in my canning kitchen, which is fixing to be open. I'm fixing to take this lid off. We're going to can sweet potatoes, and I've got the freeze dryer going in the background if you hear noise. It's just busy. Danny's gone to the cabin. He's going to be painting today and working on all that, and we're still waiting on our stone. If the stone comes before I get this edited, I'll give you a sneak peek of the stone. So guys, thank you for stopping by Deep South Homestead. Danny and I love to visit with you guys, and this is our virtual way of taking you all over our homestead in a kind of fast, expedited tour with a little bit of stops along the way for some explanations. We hope you enjoyed it, and I got sweet potatoes waiting. Talk to you guys later. Thank you from Deep South Homestead.